get ready?
Paz, 3 wins in a week. Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, it's great. We couldn't have asked for any better really, especially where we are as a squad at minute. Obviously we're down in numbers a little bit with injuries, but pick up 9 points in 9 days. It's a great achievement to everyone in there. And listen, it's so difficult. We know from last year coming here is such a difficult place, and they put it on you, a lot. They've got a lot of threat up top. So to come here and get a clean sheet and probably look comfortable in the end, I think in nullifying them, I think it's a great performance and a great day.
2-0 is obviously quite a comfortable scoreline in the end. How did you assess today's game?
Well, I think early doors we struggled. I think we struggled just to realise their threats and get our lines right. I think we were defending a little bit too high. We know, obviously, the strikers that they've got, they love to run in behind, and you can see that they're playing for that. I think it took a good save from Tommy early doors when Descartes went through to kind of just settle us down really and liven us up. And then I think from there, once we got everything matched up and realised obviously what we're up against, I thought we did really well. It wasn't a pretty game. I said at half time that it's kind of like a game from 1950s, and that's no disrespect to them, it's no disrespect to us, but it was kind of who spun it better, who played in behind better, who had a little bit more pace in behind, who put more pressure on our back four, their back three. And I think we did that more than them today, and obviously it caused mistakes, but also it caused goals, because I think we scored 2 very good goals, took us chances as well when the chances came. We were clinical and ruthless. That's what we've asked for. So yeah, it's a good performance, good professional performance away from home at a difficult place.
Obviously we got 13 goals in the 2 games last week, but the 2 that came today felt like really important times, obviously just before half time and just after. Is it sometimes as important to make sure you score at the right time as it is the amount of goals you score?
I'll take scoring at any time. It does. You can see when we scored the first goal, it deflated them, especially with it being half time, and the game were very edgy. So I think once that went in, you could see that it took the wind out of their sails a little bit. But I think the second goal was vital. I really did, because we know they were going to come. They had the wind here behind us, slight slope on it, so we know we're going to be up against it. So I think it's obviously a great goal, the second goal. We encouraged Alex at half time. We said that their midfielders are in there to do a job, but they will not track you. So keep running in beyond our front three, and he did that to a T. Great ball from Wedge, and he had a free header in the 6-yard box. So I think the goals came at the right time, but they were good goals. And then I think we controlled, more importantly, we controlled the game well. We weren't gung ho. We weren't, let's throw 10 bodies forward and leave the back door open. I think we waited patiently, waited for us time, set traps, and then obviously counted on that side of things. And I think that's a good from us, from what we were last year to what we are this year, from a learning curve. And again, you look at our away form now this year to what it was last year straight away is a massive difference. So no, credit to him, and like I said, the goals were good ones. Yes, at the right time, but I'll take any time.
After defeat on opening day, we've won 4 out of 5, took 13 points from the 5 games that have followed. Is the character something you're really impressed with as well?
Yeah, once everyone's fit and well, the squad in there is a good squad. It's got a good mixture of youth in there and experience, and they've gelled well together. We have adapted, we have evolved together as a team. We only had a few every single year to freshen things up, but I think we've evolved as a team and as a group. We developed, so we learned from mistakes last year to this year, and I think that's helped us. I think it's helped us a lot. But really, I think in every game, apart from probably the last game against Blythe, where I wasn't happy with the performance, I think the performance has been great. I think even the opening game of the season, we should have been 3-0 up at the half time. So I can't knock the performances and how we're playing. And what we've got to do now, especially from myself as a management team, is keep the pressure on the lads in there to keep standards of what they've set, because if they keep performing like that away from home and however we set up, then obviously it puts us in good stead moving forward, into the season.
Jordan Borough got his goal today. He seems to have hit a real purple patch. How important have his goals been in recent weeks?
Massively, and I think he's done extremely well since he came back in pre-season. hence why I started the first game against Macclesfield. The reason of carrying, we've been very unfortunate we haven't. But we can't just keep relying on Liam Hughes every single week, and we've also got to understand that we've got to play a different way. You've probably seen that against Blythe, where we played Juicy and Jord down the middle together. So he's been really effective since he's come in. His last 2 games have been great. He works his socks off, and he's a proper professional. He's a good kid and a proper professional. And I'm so glad performances and goals are coming for him, because he deserves it, and he'll play a big part for us this year.
Obviously, Vaughan and Dan missed out on the 11 today. Was it a case of knocks, or was it a case of just freshening the team up with playing 2 games in 3 days?
No, injuries. Like I said after Blythe that we were struggling to name a bench today. Obviously, we've been hit a killer blow that with Jay. We know he's a couple of weeks away. We took a gamble a little bit, and then obviously a tackle's come in. So we've got to reassess that. But no, coming from the last game, Vaughan again's come on the pitch. I had to ask him if to get him on there. He's took a bad dead leg. So we hope that calms down. It will calm down. And Dan was exactly the same. So the injury table is pretty full at the minute in time. But I think from a positive point of view is we've got through this period, with the injuries. It does give us a 2-week period now. Obviously, I know the FA Cup's coming in there, but it does give us a little break from the league that allows us to get people healthy, fit and well, and get injuries back right without rushing. Because it's important that we do that, because you look today realistically, we had Ben Tomlinson and Charlie really that were actually on the bench, that were the 2 fit lads. The rest were carrying knocks, struggling to having fitness tests before. One of them couldn't even do a fitness test before because they were in that much pain. Swallowing ibuprofen, painkillers to get them through so they can sit on the bench. So it's good now that we can just get this period, just get everyone fit and well, and try and get the numbers to where we need to be.
And finally, like you mentioned, we turned to FA Cup action on Saturday. Obviously, it was a great run last year, and it meant so much to so many of the supporters. How do you prepare for the first round of this FA Cup campaign?
Well, we've been drawn an extremely difficult team, but it's a cup that everyone wants to do well in. It's the biggest, most famous cup in England, and the experience last year was unbelievable. Something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life, especially I see my family and my kids at Stockport, and what an experience that was. So we want to bring smiles and good memories again, but it starts Saturday, which is, like I said, we probably couldn't have gotten out of draw, but they are a good side, but so are we. I'm sure it's going to be set for an entertaining game because it's 2 attacking sides that like to score goals. So let's see where it brings us. But I think in the meantime for us is we've got to get in Thursday, regroup, and then obviously realign what we need to do for the preparation for Saturday.
Cheers, Pat.